Okay, so this is the drum set. So I'm gonna be taking you guys through each drum and each cymbal and kind of explaining like what the function is for each one. So here we have our snare drum. This drum is probably the most important out of all the other drums on like in this drum set. You know, snare drum. The snare drum is the one you're always going to be coming back to when you're playing a song. It's the one that stands out the most compared to all the other drums on here. This is just like the drum, you know. You're playing this drum every song, every beat you're going to be playing this drum. Now this is the kick drum. This drum you are hitting with this pedal right here, which is controlled by your foot. Yeah, this is your kick drum. Now these two drums are your toms. This is your rack tom and your floor tom. And these drums are used mostly for fills. Like when you're playing a beat, you're playing a groove, you know, like these are these drums, you know, that's the drums you're hitting when you're doing drum fills. Now this is your hi-hat, you know, you get two hi-hats, there's a space in between them. And there's a pedal down here that you can control with your foot to close them and open them. That's how you use your hi-hat. So this is your crash. These are your crashes, your crash cymbals. These are used mostly just for like accenting like specific parts of a song, you know. This is the ride cymbal. This cymbal is really cool because what you got to do is you got to hit it with the tip of your stick very lightly. You don't want to hit this super loud because it'll make way too much noise and it'll just drown out the rest of your drum set. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to play just a simple drum beat. And you come over here, you take your drum set, you come over here to hi-hat, and you just count to 4. You just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we build off that, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern by adding a kick drum, which is this drum down here, on the 1 of every measure. So it's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so you just practice that, you know. I know no one here has a drum set on them, but you could practice that just by snapping and stomping. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so, you know, you practice that, you get used to that, and then we're just going to take that 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern again from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to add, on the 3, we're going to add the snare. You know, you're going to put your hand down here and hit your snare drum. And that's going to go on the 3 of every measure. So it's going to sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And, you know, you could just slap your leg, you know, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And, you know, you practice that on its own. And then eventually you're just going to mash them together. So it'll sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And, you know, just do that, practice that. You can practice drums, you know, without a drum set. You're just practicing moving your arms and legs. So you're just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you know, you practice that and you got yourself a drum groove. You could pretty much play any song with that basic drum groove.